Hello guys. Okay, so basically this is just part of a series of the live sessions that I'll be doing in the coming days. I'm hoping to do more of this because during these few weeks, we all know that we are in a very difficult situation now, especially for businesses. So in the past few weeks, we received quite a number of inquiries and questions coming from the business owners, especially um, specifically about how can we navigate success during this special time. So I've put together some Facebook advertising strategies for different industries. Today we're going to discuss about e-commerce because this is really the industries that I receive the most inquiry and questions from. So if you are in e-commerce industries as well, please just say hi. Just drop in the comment below. And I would love to hear what are the challenges that you're currently facing right now. But frankly speaking, coming from most of the clients that I'm managing, especially those who are in e-commerce industries, to be frank, this is a very good time. Why? Because I'm not sure which sector or which segment you're in right now, but most of the e-commerce sellers now are seeing uptick. But the reason why I want to put together this quick live session is because it's the most important time for e-commerce right now because the Raya sale has just got started. Okay, for Shopee and Lazada, I think the wave started on the 10th. Usually, why on 10 or even earlier? Is because there are certain considerations when it comes to the timing. So I will discuss further in the later, when we are going down the video. But for those who are not in e-commerce industries, can you also quickly share with me which industry you are in? Just answer in the comment below and say that which industry you're in, and I would do my very best to cover your industry as well in the future live sessions. I'm planning to do this more often, hopefully once a day. Okay, so tune in when we have it. We will do pre-announcement at least a day earlier before the live session so that you can prepare your time. And usually these kind of live session won't take more than half an hour because I'm trying to make this a lot more productive where I'm just going to give you packed strategies in the ideas and execution plan. Pop, then you go. So also remember to click follow so that you will be notified as and when we go live. So remember, for those who are in e-commerce, tell us in the comment below. And for those who are not in e-commerce industries, please share with me your industries in your comment below as well. So today we're going to talk about Facebook ad strategy for e-commerce industry, specifically during this, Raya sale period. Yet again, we are having this COVID-19 pandemic where we're in the lockdown situation right now. What can we do and how can we navigate success? The three key strategies that I'll be sharing with you today are really based on important learning. From November until now, really like a turbulence where November we were pushing for 11/11, 12/12. Then we hit back into the New Year time, Chinese New Year, and then eventually COVID, and now we are in the building up to the Raya sale right now. So we have a lot of insights to share. So let's get right into it. So fundamentally for e-commerce industry, like I said, it is really a very good time. However, how to navigate success also requires some planning and strategizing to make sure that you are getting the most out of it because, well, no matter how good the market is, we still need to be very careful in terms of especially in the cash flow planning. So when it comes to advertising, it's all about putting money into the market, and we really need to make sure that we're getting the most optimum ROI from our spending. So let's quickly go over these three strategies. So the first strategy is what we call driving the right actions. It's really important for you to understand some key differences between objectives and which one is more beneficial for you and how can we choose the right one to help you kickstart. So this is one of the very important session because I actually observe quite a number of businesses kind of having some misunderstanding between certain objectives, and I want to help you clarify and navigate the right one for you on this part. So the second strategy will be working on your existing customer. I have very strong data and insights about how can we work on the existing customer more effectively and what are the things that you can do taking a full advantage of Facebook ads objectives and features available to make sure that you're getting the max out of your audiences and your customers. And the third one, of course, is to plan and distribute your budget right. So I would give you some ideas and suggestions on how can we distribute your budget. That also cover the duration planning as well, as in like when should we push for certain better more spend, and when should we put when should we push for more spend, and when should we kind of tweak the strategy and the distribution a little bit. So that will be the three key strategies. So let's talk about the first one, driving the right action. Now it's really important because when it comes to Facebook advertising, the most fundamental foundation to kickstart everything is about choosing an objective. Now, when it comes to objective, basically, it's about driving the action that matters to you. So, the question would be, am I supposed to start with traffic objective or conversion objective? Now, quickly, just wrap around this differentiation between these two. Traffic is to help you get either people to click on your link and go over to your website, or the landing page view. So these two are, in my opinion, important introduction action to get those people to be interested in your ad and come over. Now, remember one thing I've been repeating in my classes and my sessions, but if you're new to me, basically traffic is a very important objective for the first action. Now remember, when it comes to Facebook advertising, a person need to see your ads at least 2 to 3 times in a week to decide whether they want to click on your advertisement and go in or not. Now, if you are trying to get conversion at the get-go, okay, this is what most advertisers might do because it sounds good to me. But do you understand that conversion can only work well on conversion event that has more than 50? Now, Facebook says 25, I understand that. But in my opinion, based on my experience, I think you need at least 50 to make the conversion event viable to be optimized for. So you really need to understand the differences on these two. So in my opinion, if you're going for your cold audience, you can use traffic. But the question would be, do you want to use landing page view or click? So that also depends on whether your website is installed with your Facebook pixel or not. Whereas on the other hand, I'm not saying that you can't start with conversion, but is it ready? So we need to go through some checking, basically to see whether everything is ready or not. So I strongly recommend, if you can, take a look at our Facebook Ads Accelerator program, where I put together a very comprehensive online course specifically talking about each and every one of the objectives. I also share with you the use case, how to use them right, to go great detail about how to set the settings right and all that. So that is an area that you want to take a look at. Okay, then the other question would be, can I use reach? Now, I'm still talking about the objective here, and reach is a very unique, non-action based Facebook ads objective that you can use to work as good as, if you're trying to reach as many people as you can at the lowest cost possible. This is an objective that you want to consider. However, it doesn't get you the action. So imagine if you're trying to distribute flyer on Facebook, now you can use this. But how to use it right? That is also being covered in our Facebook Ads Accelerator program. So the third question here is that, you really need to understand which action matters to you right now. Remember, the key fundamental would be a person need to see your ads at least 3 times in a week to notice. Then only they will decide whether they want to click on it and take the next action towards your website or not. So for the first action, which is the action that matters most? And then after that, when they click in, which action do we want to use to get them in to take the next and eventually become a customer? So that is the question that we will ask, especially when it comes to the e-commerce part. So I don't want you to start wrongly. I don't want you to start with the wrong objective all the way, because to be very frank, like I always like to say, it is really the mistakes that you don't even know yourself making that is costing you a lot of money. Things that I don't know that I'm doing wrong is costing me a lot of money. Exactly. So what we put together is our 10 years experience in our Facebook Ads Accelerator program. I have 8 courses and 140 lessons and growing. So it's really a program that I want you to take a look. So if you're interested, just hit comment and say, I want FAA, and I'll be giving you a very special code for you to kickstart. It's a really special offer, and it's not expensive, to be frank. To break it down, it's not even a coffee a day. What I'm offering in this Facebook Accelerator program is It's a learning program where I'll be adding in new content on a monthly basis. So I really want to grow with you on this thing. And yeah, if you sign up now, you're going to get one-to-one session with me where I would directly go into your ads manager and give you specific and personalized advice on how can you do Facebook ads right. So take a look at that. So this is the first strategy that we have here. Driving the right action, it is so important. I can't say this enough. So you really have to start this right. Yeah? Then the next question would be, how can we work on our existing customers to make them buy more? But having said that, how many of you really work on your existing customers? What do you mean? If you have been selling on Facebook, if you have been selling on Shopee, Lazada, your own websites and all that, I believe you have accumulated very good number of past customers that have bought from you before. So my question to you is very simple. Are you working on them? Do you bring them back to sell more? And do you actually do anything or any specific tailor advertising to these people to increase their lifetime value? Do you? You can actually type in the comment below. Do you? Do you even do that? So that's the question that we want to look at. Now, the reason why we want to do this is because based on my experience, your existing customer or so-called your past customer are actually up to 10 times more likely to convert. This is really judging from my past few months experience. I'm not talking about some years back kind of thing. It's really the recent months. People who have bought from you, even up to 6 months ago, that's the longest that you can go. You are actually able to drive better return on advertising spend from this group of people. First, they are more likely to convert. They are a lot easier to convert. They are so much cheaper to convert. So it's really something based on solid data. I can't show you how it looks like in my clients, the database, in my clients' ads manager, but all these numbers are really beautiful. Just a quick comparison between these so-called warm or hot audiences, okay, compared to your cold audiences, that makes so much difference. So that is the first reason that you must work on your existing customer. The second reason is because I'm not sure whether you check your Google Analytics. I'm not sure whether you check your Facebook Analytics. And if you're selling on Shopee and Lazada, of course, obviously you have not much of analytics. But based on what we observe, in most of the e-commerce clients that we are managing right now, most of them having more than 90% of the conversions from the returning visitors. That means what? Very little people, first concept, you have to get it right, yeah? Very little people will decide to buy from you the first time they see your ad. Do you agree with me? If you agree with me, give me a like, please. Now, nobody, almost nobody, would buy from you the first time they see your ad. Hence, it's really important to retarget. Let's take a look back at the journey again. Now, people need to see your ads 2 to 3 times in 7 days to notice. And then after that, they will decide whether they want to click or not. Now, usually the click-through rate is about 1%. 1,000 people sees your ad, 10% will click. And then from clicking to conversion, it's about 1 to 3%. Let's take it even 5%. So 95% of the people who visited your website don't buy, you really have to look through the intent that has been shown throughout the journey. I have been seeing you for several times. Then I find you interesting and I decided to click. But when I click and I go over, the challenge would be, look, I got distracted, maybe, or maybe I'm just not ready, or maybe I went somewhere else to do some research on you and all that, and I forgot. So my question to you is, what are you doing to bring these people back? And how are you making your conversion objective or your catalog sales objective to work for you to increase your conversion? Exactly what I'm actually trying to share with you now. I want you to start looking at using catalog sales objective. This is for e-commerce, so I have no doubt if you're selling on e-commerce such as your own website, or if you're selling on Lazada and Shopee. Now, if you are not aware, I urge you to go back to your account manager, because for Shopee and Lazada, you can actually use their CPass to run catalog sales objective advertisement. It's really powerful. Let me show you why is it so powerful. Okay, what is CPass? Put it this way, if you sell on marketplaces such as Lazada and Shopee, you usually have a store, which is a Shopee store or a Lazada store. Basically, this is where you sell, you host all your products, and this is where people visit you and all that. Now, when it comes to your own Shopee store, for example, Shopee is able to group all your products together, okay, to give you a shared product catalog whereby you're able to run advertisement to the people who have done something on your Shopee store. you have to talk to Shopee or Lazada so that they can share with you your store catalog where you can run advertisement on your own Facebook Ads Manager. So what you can do here, you'll be able to run advertisement to people who viewed product, okay, viewed and added to cart but not purchased, up to 180 days maximum. So this is really powerful. Why? Because imagine those people who have looked at your product but didn't buy in the past up to 6 months, you're able to group them up and run advertisement to them. You don't even need to so-called learn, but if you want to learn about custom audiences, our Facebook Ads Accelerator covers that part as well in great detail. I urge you to take a look at it. But without using custom audiences, by getting the CPass or access to your Shopee store or your Lazada store, you can immediately do this already. So people who added to cart but not purchased, people who, you can even upsell products, cross-sell products, and you can even do some custom combinations. So if you are not aware of this, you are really missing a lot of huge opportunity to grow your e-commerce sales on your marketplace shops. So if you need help, you can contact me. Just drop me a personal message and I'll be in touch with you to share with you more on how to do this. Of course, we do offer this as a service. You want to engage us also, I'll be very happy to do that. But if you just want to understand a little bit more, I don't mind to share a bit. Bottom line is, this requires a bit of technical workout that you need to go back and talk to your Shopee manager or Lazada manager to see how you can actually request access to this and so that you can start using this. Trust me, it's powerful. And how to use catalog sales right if you are not running from e-commerce marketplaces such as Shopee and Lazada, you have your own website. You need to have your pixel installed and you need to have your product catalog set up. I do cover this in my Facebook Ads Accelerator. Take a look at it. Remember to type I want FAA in the comment below. I'll be in touch to give you a very special code, only valid for today, so that you can subscribe to it at a very low rate. So let's do a quick recap. You need to work on your existing customers because first, they're 10 times more likely to convert. And then more than 90% of the conversions are from returning visitors. So you need to work on your retargeting advertisement. The easiest way for e-commerce businesses to work on your retargeting campaign is to use catalog sales. So go to take a look at your catalog, whether it has been set up. Remember, if you need help, drop me a personal message and I'll be in touch. Now, the next key strategy that we want to discuss here is about how to distribute your budget right. Now, usually this is a time where most people spend big because based on my clients' cases, at least 20 to 30% of their yearly sale come from these 2 months, which is the Raya sale. It's critical. So how do you distribute your budget right? That is also something that I would like to quickly give you some suggestions based on our past experience. Now, the first thing that you want to look at is, I would recommend that you spend at least 70% up to 90% of your budget on your core audience. Let's take 1,000 a month as an example. Well, don't ask me how much to spend. That's the question that you should be answering yourself. How much is comfortable for you, right? So, but having said that, we always break our audiences into our core audience and our warm audience. So core audience means those people who are stranger to you. They have no idea about you, don't know what you sell. So you are trying to introduce yourself to these people. So usually for this kind of advertisement, we will go for more like introductory based kind of advertising where we use a more lighter objective to command lighter action, where we want to get them in first. Then when they become our warm audience, we will retarget them. So I just talked about retargeting just now. So which means we usually spend about 10% or maximum 30% of our budget on the retargeting. However, we do move the budget slowly as we move around the campaign. Now, how do we break this? Let me give you a very simple example. Yeah, like now we are fighting for Raya Sale. A few things that I want to highlight to you here is that, yeah, let's call out the last one here. We need to watch the peak days. Now, what is the peak day? Peak day is the last day your product has to be shipped out so that it can be delivered before Raya. Now, what is the peak day for Raya Sale? Raya is on 26th or 25th. The peak day for the Raya Sale is actually on the 10th to 15th, which means your advertisement should actually drive from now towards 15x the peak. So most of the budget distribution in terms of introductory and all that should be focusing on this. Now, I'm not saying that you can't still run ads towards the end of it. Maximum, I think we need at least a week before to really cut off. Don't try to sell so much 2 to 3 days before Raya because last minute shopping, pretty meaningless. Not just Raya lah. we did this during the Chinese New Year and the New Year time and all that. Basically, the last week is quite meaningless. Why? Because people won't buy anymore. They know that even they want to buy, they won't be buying online because they know that it won't be able to be delivered on time. So there is no point spending too much. So usually what we would do is like now, if you're taking on the 10 as a peak day, we'll probably spend 80% or 70 to 80% of our full budget up to from now up to maybe on the 10. So this is where we actually need to push for maximum exposure. Now then on 10 to 17, something like that, we will be pushing the budget a lot more towards the warm audiences, whereby we want to bang on those people who visited our website prior to this to get them to take action. So we will use different kind of strategy where we will tell you that, hey, last minute, last call, last call. Now I give you maybe extra coupon or something. Buy now, buy now. This is the last chance to buy, blah, blah, blah. Stuffs like that. So this is how we actually move around. You really need to watch your peak day, because after peak day, like I said, the sale will really flat. So that's basically some suggestions that I have about distributing your Facebook ads budget. However, if you want to learn how to distribute your budget, how to plan your audience size and all that, we do offer another free online workshop. Go over and sign up. It's gonna be another 3 video where I strongly recommend for you to take a look at it. It's quite some interesting key tools that I've developed to help you determine your audience size and all that. Take a look at that. Look for the event inside. Now back to you. I have a quick question over here. How much are you spending on a monthly basis, and how is the COVID-19 affecting your spend? Okay, so I just want to quickly understand it from you to see if I can actually offer something more valuable, as in another live session or another topic to discuss in the future. So I just want to quickly do a quick recap on the 3 strategies that I've shared with you just now. First, you need to drive the right action. That demands you to understand more and better on the objectives available. So that is being covered in our Facebook Ads Accelerator. Take a look at it. Then the next is you need to work on your existing customers. For e-commerce, it's very straightforward. We are looking at using catalog sales. Okay, it's really powerful. Even you are selling on Lazada or Shopee, you can also use that. You just need to work with your account manager to get the connection right, and eventually you'll be able to run ads to people who have visited your products on Shopee and Lazada, to run retargeting ads to make them buy. How beautiful is that, right? You need more details, drop me a message. Then the next one is you need to distribute your budget, right? Remember, we talk about the peak day build up. You don't want to rush to it, and you want to build up a momentum. And usually, based on our past experience, for this kind of big sale campaign, you usually need at least 1 month runway. So if your peak day is on the 10th of May, your advertisement should have started by now. But if you have not, do something. This is really the time. The buying habit has changed tremendously in the past few years, especially the recent month. Our PM has been saying that a new normal will emerge and it's gonna be here to stay. So the new normal is really changing, and I'm assuming that a lot of habit change will happen. So we really gotta adjust our strategy in accordance to all these important changes. So basically, I just want to quickly touch base about the Facebook Ads Accelerator program. I will be saying about this. And of course, like I mentioned before, just say that I want FAA. I'll be giving you a very special code. So at the moment, the Facebook Ads Accelerator program is a 8 courses program where it consists of 7 hours of videos and 140 lessons and growing. What does it mean? Well, this is a monthly subscription. It's not like a one-off you buy for a lifetime kind of thing. So the reason why I do it in the monthly subscription, first reason, I'll be able to make it real cheap. Take a look at it now. I'm only charging you 96 per month. So 96 per month, you get instant access to 140 online lessons. And I'll be adding new lectures and lessons every month. Okay, coming lectures, let me quickly share with you what are the things that I'll be adding in. First, Facebook Ads Analytics. I have my own set of analytical techniques to help you determine the effectiveness of your Facebook ads campaign. That will be the coming up lesson. I'm hoping to launch it by end of this month or next. And then things like Business Manager. I will cover a short course about Business Manager. And I'll be covering a short course about how do you build your own shortened link using WordPress. And moving up, there will be another short course that I've already have in my pipeline, which is how do we build a ManyChat chatbot for free. How beautiful is that? So these are the new lectures that I'll be adding in, moving down. So normally we are charging 240 a month, okay? But if you sign up now, it's gonna be 96. But of course, if you type I want FAA in the comment, I'll be giving you another code to get another discount. So what does it mean? If you log in at 96, for example, Moving forward, even though when we tune it back to 240 a month, you'll be still paying 96 as long as you stay subscribed. This price will follow you forever. But of course, if you unsubscribe anytime, you have 7-day, 100% no question asked money back guarantee. So if you come in within 7 days, you don't think this is something that you want, feel free to go. I'll give you your money back. And you can cancel anytime. So if you come in within a month, you learn everything and you think that, okay, that's all I need. Feel free, you can just cancel. I won't be charging you moving forward. So for the limited time, if you sign up now, I'll be giving you a one-to-one coaching. This one-to-one coaching is a 1 hour session where we will actually go through your Facebook ads account and find optimization opportunities and all that. Usually we charge 600 per session for this. Okay, we do now work with certain businesses to use this one-to-one coaching to help them tweak their Facebook ads campaign. If you want that as a separate service, now we're offering it 300. You can also drop me a message, just type in comment or drop me a message later and I'll be in touch to work with you on just do a quick call to help you rectify your challenges and to make everything work for you again. So this is Facebook Ads Accelerator program. So basically at the moment we have 8 courses. It's not just courses, some we have templates and calculators as well where you can use this to calculate certain things. It's quite interesting, it's quite effective. So important so-called courses that I will recommend is understanding Facebook ads. This is something important, the key concepts. And then decoding Facebook Ads Manager. This is really important because you don't want to be using certain tools or features in the wrong way. And designing effective Facebook ads is really covering our experience in the past 10 years. What worked, what didn't. So I'll give you a very important tips and ideas on how to do it right. And then templates and calculators. This is a get started course. This is a list of Q&As that we have been doing in the past few years. So this is really a growing course where if you have other questions, you can also ask us and we will add more content into this as well. And choosing the right Facebook ad objective is another important pillar to make sure that you do Facebook ads right. So there you go. This is our first live session. I'll be doing more and more live sessions moving forward in the next few days and we have 2 more weeks anyway. So why not just do something more meaningful? Even though we come back, even though the MCO is being lifted, we all know that our life will never be the same again. At the end of the day, my question here is that as in now, instead of worrying, what are you doing? Because like, if you are not able to do anything, it is really time for you to prepare yourself because whatever you're losing is just not just time and opportunities, but you'll be able to chase it back if you are ready. So my question to you is, are you ready for the new normal and are you prepared to fight 200% when the market gets back to normal? You know that even though the MCO is being lifted, the market will take a few months or even years to settle down, but we need to survive. As a business owner, we still need to push for everything we can. So are you ready? Digital is the new normal, whereby everyone is going on digital right now. I believe businesses like Grab, Lazada, and Shopee are seeing very, very encouraging growth right now because this is where you go. Now, imagine the Raya coming forward. You can't go to shopping mall and all that, but you still need to buy new clothes to take pictures, selfie, and all that, right? So where do you buy? Even though you're not familiar with e-commerce, you'll find a way to learn. So eventually, after you go through all this learning, it becomes a normal to our life. And digital is the way to go. How do you navigate success for your digital campaign? How are you preparing yourself to do your Facebook advertising right? That is the question because Facebook advertising, combining Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and other mobile apps, it is the most important advertising platform that you should master. So I urge you to really get ready yourself and start planning. If you need help, you have 2 ways, okay? Drop a message at I1FAA. I'll be giving you a special code to sign up for the Facebook Ads Accelerator program. And if you want to work with me on a one-to-one basis, for me to help you look at your Facebook ads campaigns and how to find ways to optimize it and all that, you can also drop me a message. I'll be working with you on that. Tune in tomorrow, okay? I'll be having another live session. I think tomorrow we'll be having, tomorrow is about Facebook ad strategy for property industry, covering property developer and real estate agents. So I'll see you tomorrow. If you are not from all these industries, if you want me to discuss about your industries, drop me a message. Okay, so this is it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for your time. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.